Yeah.
Mr. President, thank you. Mr. President, co-presiding colleagues.
That's their question.
All right.
That's what I'm saying. Honorable Speaker, Honorable Deputy Speaker, the Thekool. Most of the questions that I wanted to ask, Thekool, I also have the same question, but I have some concern. You spoke of the total employee that you met and the total debt. Honorable Speaker, I listened to the director, he spoke of quality. And I would suggest that before the parliament can take a decision or know the total debt they are owing before government will.
In a second, that a guest be given an opportunity to present to this body on the reason why they are not contributing to the national budget, and with a candidate to those who did not come, the non-list and excuse, be given the last opportunity to appear the coming Thursday if I can obtain a second. Obtain a second, that a guest be given an opportunity to present to this body on the reason why they are not contributing to the national budget, and with a candidate to those who did not come, the non-list and excuse, be given the last opportunity.
I would suggest that the quality will come first. From that background, the ballot or the government of the Republic of Nigeria will know as to whether this debt is real or something not true. After the audit is done, and we know the total debt we are owing, then we can go to that decision. And to conclude, I want to let the boss from NAFA to know that you spoke of NAFA being a distant beauty. I will disagree with you in that direction. NAFA cannot be a distant beauty when NAFA is making more money, the total share, the total kingdom. So when you stand before the body to speak to them of NAFA, I would disagree with you to say NAFA is a distant beauty.
Amendments. That means the host does not have exclusive authority over the budget. What the Senate cannot do before the House is to pass the budget before the House passes the budget. That is the meat of what is missing in all of this argument. We talk to clarify, and sometimes too, you realize that all of you here, you are legislative reporters, you are in these chambers, you know these things. You have a duty not to us, but to the society to help correct by your knowledge and expertise. You've been here, it has been the law, it has been the practice, it has been the protocol that the budget does not, the draft budget does not only go to the House. The official communication addressing or submitting the budget to the House is also that copy, that carbon copy. The Speaker is addressed by the President submitting the budget through a formal communication for the House. At the same time, the President pro tempore is addressed by the President, formal communication, submitting the budget to the Senate. Knowing that the House original jurisdiction over the budget to pass it first. The processes leading to passing it first is not restricted to the House. They have known this from time to time. From President Charles Taylor to the 12 years of Ellie, Senate and the House could do joint budget hearing from Taylor to Ellie to Weir to now Bwaga. If the House was the only institution that should only hear the budget, deliberate on the budget, pass it before it comes to the Senate for concurrent or proposed amendments, why have we been doing joint budget hearing? We have been doing so to expedite the process so that by the time the joint committees send their reports to the two chambers, we can almost have passed the budget together. Concurrent will not be a difficult or challenging thing. We have decided that we should hold Senate budget hearing while the House is also proceeding. The House commenced its budget hearing.
Okay, thank you. On the Musa Belete, please have a seat. On the President, please have a seat. On the President, please have a seat. On the President, on the Maya Khan. On the Maya Khan.
Almost asking for similar awareness of Nigel Thomas, and I want to inform the American House Soka that all of the entities that are not here wrote an official communication as a respect to this plenary, asking for their deputies to process on their behalf. On the basis of this communication, I want us to allow the deputies from the various entities to present, and those who did not appear be ready to come this coming Thursday. So I so reject. Thank you.
Hello. The issue of justice. The issue of justice. The justice minister is in Hong Kong with the president. He's 7 years deputy. And there are two deputies here representing the issue of justice.
We have an understanding. The day the minister comes here, you will not come on this side. The day the other sector comes, so we will be dealing with other sector. We are not responsible for people misunderstanding the law. I just wanted to make it clear. The Senate is not in violation of the law. The CMC political leader like to be in the news. Sometimes they myself too, but he like to be in the news for the wrong reason. And all I know, he goes here around. Musa let it go, let it go. The House has taken the Senate to court before on our decision to pass on a conceptual agreement, loan agreement, and the House challenged that it had the jurisdiction to pass that agreement first. And the matter went to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court ruled that the Senate was not wrong. Let it go in. Honor President, we are in 2021. Those of you who are assigned, you know the history, you know the facts. They are available.
So we'll take question. We'll take Spoon TV. There's important.
I try to tell you, let me go and say in trouble. What a legislative budget I'm on there. Oh, okay, then I take all the budget. This is over 700 page document, 700 page document. 1.2 billion. What are we giving to the University of Liberia? What are we taking drug from? DEA budget from to what? 3.9 million now to 7 million plus. What are we taking education budget from? 120 million to over 134 million. What are we taking the other sector from? If people open the budget, they say 18 million. Oh, the whole agricultural sector gets 13 million. Where is legit pool education over the budget? Agriculture ministry is not the agriculture sector. You have CARI, you got CDA, you got different institutions that cater to different issues under the agriculture sector. When you put all the budget together, it's way more than 13 million. But when they look at the agriculture ministry budget, they say they get agriculture 13 million. JFK have 9 million in the budget. We can go on. The security sector has jumped from over 101 million to by additional 10 million for the security sector. The legislative budget, of course, has increased from 41 million now to 51. We want to open this budget, hold these hearings, so that people understand why these increases, which institution has been delivered, which institution is being challenged, where are the shifts. Then, when we prepare ourselves on the concept of budget, we'll already be ready to know what to concur with or what kind of amendment proposals to make.
Gary Johnson from Page Africa. Senator, what do you have to say to your critics?
I can hear another
My name is Bamoto from the Library Investigator.
Project committee is having hearing.
And my question is coming from the backdrop that you said initially that the reason why there was that joint committee, hearing of the budget was because the both houses wanted to expedite the process.
There were too much question and clap. Oh, they temporary budget. In fact, that joint hearing never allowed you, the media, and the people to know what in the book. The Senate is opening the book. Let's open the book. First thing, if JFK has 6 million projected in the budget, you already made the public believe that we don't want to get. We don't want to give JFK 6 million. They play it coming from the draft. You don't get that. This draft ain't coming from the legislature. And this draft is not coming from the legislature. It's coming from the executive. If the executive did not give or project additional money for fire service, you are not saying the executive did not consider fire service increase. You are already fed to the lawmaker for the draft that we received, or you already pounding on the lawmaker for the draft we received. Our business to look in the budget. Where is fire service? Fire service is 3 million. We need to take fire service to 5 million because we have application power. Okay? Or how about for University of Liberia? And you see, then they judge there for themselves. We did not prepare the draft. And I'm not trying to strip blame because it's one government working in coordination. The executive have done its part of submitting a draft. Our business is to do the appropriation in keeping with the priorities of the government.
Just a final question.
So, our hearing is in no way an impediment to what is happening in the house. The house is having hearing.
Just the final question from my end.
Yeah.
Today, the update from the committee on ways, from the committee on ways, means and finance, created some sort of tension. Session was disrupted for a couple of minutes based on the reintroduction of that conversation around the reduction in your colleague salary or in the senator salaries from 8,000 to 5,000. Given what we saw today, are you optimistic that this quest to have lawmakers' salaries reduced is going to be a successful?
Yeah, it's going to be successful. It's already been successful. Now it's back on the floor. It's back on the agenda. I can understand the emotions and the sentiment. I can understand it. Look, referee can give a red card. And I say, if a player running and mistakenly clip behind the friend, the referee can decide to give red card. If I see a referee running and mistakenly clip behind one player, he can't give a red card. Only the mass commissioner can punish the referee or decide what to do with the referee. It is courage to say in the interest of the country, I will reduce my salary so that I can have the courage because I have the authority by law to decide what other people make it. So let me start with myself so that when I'm dealing with other people on salary, they will understand I mean business. Okay. We set a budget law annually and decide the value and the threshold for public vehicle, for public officials. We set that threshold by the law, $45,000. Anybody who buy a car beyond $45,000, if it is not the president, the vice president, the speaker, the protest, the deputy speaker, the chief justice, that person is in trouble with the budget law. That's the authority we have in keeping with Article 36 of the Constitution to set our salary. Article 36 of the Constitution, and under the executive, the president and the vice president will make salary as determined by the legislature. Under the judiciary, the chief justice, associate justices, and people in the judiciary will make salary in keeping with the determination by law, by the legislature. So always saying, let's set our salary. I always propose the base or ceiling, 5,000 or below. Any of my colleagues who say we should make less than 5,000, I'm ready. But let's make the law. The advantage of making the law, it will be clear that you in the media and the people will not be careful. Because I don't care how we toil for Judgment Day, the postage rate will be $50,000. Even though you in the media, the budget law, the voucher, all the financial trade shows that our next salary after the reduction from 15,000 gross, our next salary here is 10,000 gross. Deduction, tax deduction brings it to 7,900, 8,000. You understand? But if we're already now, you open the land. Someone say they're going to make it 15,000. They think we start talking, we start using the talk. Let's pass the law. When we set our salary, I am proposing 5,000 max. Especially for lawmakers. If we pass that law and we live by it, 100 lawmakers from the Senate and the House will save the country $4 million US every year just by that courageous action. Every year. Then imagine it will cut our own salary for the country. That courage would not be difficult to find to cut the president's salary, to cut the vice president's salary.
Is that the next target?
We say public officials should not make anything more than 5,000. If we can get, and some people say, oh, don't matter, man, you say, and this and that, fine. Find majority lawmakers to think like me, let's agree to make 5,000 and see if the 4 million will save the country every year will be fake. It will put out 4 million in agriculture, in health, in education, or something tangible for the country. Let's see if the dividend will be fake. Call on your lawmakers to fake that me only once. Let pass that law. Let me 5,000. $4 million generated or realized just from the Senate and from the legislature. Subsequently,
among our young people, as the country manager was saying in our cabinet meeting yesterday, we spent more than 2-3 hours discussing that, and the ministers will tell me that. So I believe that our youth are talented. They need jobs. They are energetic. They are innovative. They are hungry for opportunity, but too many of them are still searching for work, searching for dignity, and searching for a place in the economic life of their own country. This challenge cannot wait. This crisis cannot be ignored. This moment demands urgent collective action. So every project we launch, every policy we adopt, every investment we mobilize must answer a simple but powerful question. How many jobs will this create for the Liberian people, especially our youth? Let us remember in this room that job creation must move from being an aspiration to a national emergency priority. And I call on the World Bank Group and all development partners. Let us work together to design immediate, workable, youth-centered solutions that provide dignified employment today, not years from now. To the World Bank Group, the IFC, our international partners, and global investors, Liberia extends gratitude and a heartfelt appeal. Help us confront the unemployment crisis that threatens the dreams of an entire generation. Let us not allow the frustration of our youth to become a barrier to our collective progress. Let us transform their frustration into energies that will build roads, cultivate agriculture, power industries, and drive innovation. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we must match Liberia's optimism with action, determination with resources, and vision with concrete commitments that create jobs, stimulate growth, and expand opportunities. The Country Partnership Framework 2025 to 2030 gives us a blueprint for progress. But what we need now is urgency in implementation, urgency in investment, and urgency in delivering results that our people can feel. So on behalf of His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Liberia, I thank the World Bank Group, IFC, and all development partners for this renewed commitment and for believing in the Liberian people. May this country partnership framework inspire deeper collaboration, stronger resolve, and faster progress. In the words of our President, let us continue to think Liberia, love Liberia, and build Liberia. I thank you. And it is therefore now my pleasing duty to officially launch the World Bank Group Liberia Country Partnership Framework 2025 and reaffirm our government's commitment to its full implementation. Thank you.
We will go to the executive. We can now sit down and determine SOEs and the public entity enacted by law, created, established by the legislature should be able to determine their salary, especially the higher echelon of these institutions. You know how many person in public service?
They told that we're not part of organization, so they don't give you all money. So we said no.
But they promise you money.
They promise you money.
How much they promise you?
The money 3,500.
For what? For what purpose? Why they promise you 3,000?
Protection.
What you coming for?
I left money over here, but not based on your location. But that money was to be awarded to each person based on the celebration.
So what happened now? The police fire tear gas now. Everybody
the
running.
police came in after when they refused to give our money. So we told them about when they don't give our money.
You see this lady? She's struggling to breathe as she's moving. So this is affecting everybody around this end.
So if they don't get us 3,000, they say 3,000. They'll give us something so that we can be able to pay our way to go home. They refused. So we said, okay, if you not give us the money, we will not allow you to go to also. So that's how we went. We caught one of the staffers.
Oh, you catch one of the staffers?
Yeah, we hold him. We said,
why are you holding for?
The people, we tell him that you should call the bosses to bring our attention for.
So the time you were holding in, I made the police to come fire the tear gas?
No, we left him. After we left him, then they went, they carry the quarry. They carry the quarry in the building. They carry the quarry in, they took the quarry in the building. Then they said we should go home. We said no, but how can we go home? So we keep outside with the summer in the fence. We keep out with the summer in the fence. We said no, we can't go home because we're not getting attention. Then the bosses that were staying inside in the building. That's how they call the police to come in for the police to take off from there so that they can take them home. So the police couldn't even investigate to ask what going on. The police only came that they say we should leave. So we said no, we cannot just leave the guy. When you come, you got to ask what going on. They said no, we should leave. We said no, that's how they try to tear gas on so that we can leave the place and the people that outside behind. So that's what happened.
All right, thank you. But nobody got injured. Why are you black again?
Because you are inside the area that for a business of back
in government and public entities make far more money than lawmakers. I'm not doing this to get email at people. I'm doing this as a pay settle. Pay settle that we, the leaders, who have the authority and the power by law. Let's start. You see, the legislature, the executive finish cooking.
The political stability and reform momentum we see today provide a strong foundation for the growth. However, translating this into inclusive and sustainable development requires decisive action and unwavering collaboration. The CPF is a roadmap and a call to partnership. To deliver on its promise, we must focus on some immediate critical next steps. 1. Establishing policy and regulatory enablers to unlock private sector investment. This means creating frameworks that promote competition, transparency, and innovation, particularly through well-structured public-private partnerships. PPPs will be essential to mobilizing private capital for infrastructure and service delivery. 2. Supporting business environment reforms through public-private dialogue and other platforms. Reforms cannot happen in isolation. We need structured engagement that charts actionable reform plans and ensures accountability in implementation. Such engagements will help reduce regulatory burdens and build investor confidence. 3. Investing in high-impact sectors with strong multiplier effects. Infrastructure, including roads, energy, and logistics, are the backbone for economic transformation. Strategic investments here will catalyze growth across agriculture, manufacturing, and services, creating jobs and improving competitiveness. 4. Investing in Liberian businesses through such initiatives as IFC's Local Champions Initiative. IFC is committed to investing in strong Liberian-owned companies after providing advisory support to strengthen governance, operations, and market access. Building local champions is a key to fostering resilience and inclusive growth. And we see that happening already. None of these steps can succeed without continued partnership between government, private sector, development partners, and civil society. Together, we can ensure that reforms translate into tangible benefits for Liberians. The vision of the CPF is to create quality jobs and inclusive growth through private sector-led solutions. Let us leave here today with a renewed commitment to turn this vision into reality. And I'm confident that working together with all of you will enable us to deliver lasting impact. Thank you.
key commitment for the country for 2026. The executive has cooked the food for the country for 2026. This food is the draft. The legislature and the whole board here are calling one big bowl. The executive cooked the food, put it in one big bowl. And Senator, our authority here that will bring all the other small board and decide, okay, the other one have they put it on the side. The other one have taken this or put it the one. We the ones supposed to determine what get in each bowl. Then we give it back to the executive to go do the distribution. Then after that, then we must have the courage and the authority to say, we put 2 spoons in the other bowl. How can half spoon reach? That's our rule. But if we don't did the food properly and we don't have the courage to ask, why we put 5 spoons in the bowl, only 3 spoons reach? The bowl always go on accountable and understandable, you can't blame it. So again, when people thought that bill was dead, it's resurrected. Today is all the sentiment and the emotion and the cross debate on the floor. It's coming back next week for determination. You are media people, but you are Liberians too. Each of you here, you have 2 senators and 1 representative. Once you are from a country, you have 2 senators. Once you are from a district, you have 1 representative. So each of you here you have 3 lawmakers. Each of you. Speak to the lawmakers. Also ask them too. You the media people, when you call us on the radio, lawmaker, ask them, this senator, they don't build what your position. What your position? How will you vote? Or will you support it? Will you put on the floor? For me, I'm not arguing Mr. Perfect or King there because I know where he is. But I cannot justify my house salary because people can come to my office to ask me for assistance. In my view, I can't justify salary because people can go to my house or meet me in the street and ask me. You see, even if I was justifiably making 1 million, it is my Google to determine whether I want to support my salary or not. But my salary should not be tied to humanitarian. Everyone, I have the authority to adjust my salary so that I can go to other needs of the country where people will not be seen as begging. Then I can't justify that. We have to make this salary because the people get better. No, I don't want to make myself look like Mr. Perfect. But we can do it. It only takes grace and courage. And it takes your support too. That is why certain times I said, I can't talk about that bill because what happened in the Senate today? You're not hearing us on the media because they're not Dillon opposing that bill. If Dillon was the one crossed the floor today opposing that bill, it would have been the news for 1 month. 2, civil society people watching. Some of them follow the deliberation today. Have you seen one civil society person or group can you say in support of that bill? No. Have you seen Citizens United for their own good? Can you say we support that bill? But every day there was citizens demonstrating here for who will be speaker, who will not be speaker. Some will go and use speaker and what did they not benefit from? Why the people don't see the thing that's going to benefit them, their own interest, they don't fight for it. He said government fighting corruption. When LACC invite one public official, you don't see government official carrying placards to LACC. Again, LACC. The very citizen carry placard. Citizen is not that in defense of the party LACC invited to investigate for corruption. Do you understand? So I'm not going to get tired. I'm going to keep pushing these things. But here, there are some things you can push alone and you get outcome. There are some things that require support. There are things that require your push too as well. Lastly, I listened to CMC political leader, my friend Musa Belete,
on the Spoon Network sometime last week. I think it was Sunday or Monday. They asked official made 5,000. In fact, they are almost fell off my bed and got all that happened. So on Tuesday, I went on OKFM and I said, CMC political leader should not wait to be president of Nigeria. He is already a lawmaker and there is a bill on the floor here for all the 5,000. Then he's supported in the House. Political leader is there. And what they would do with the statute of limitation bill that was proposed, and like all of you know, the current statute of limitation law says, in effect.
Who are inside the plane now?
Same thing.
So as you can hear this, stones are them. Were you involved in stone throwing?
What happened was, I want to see what happened was, the director wanted to get out of the runaway. So now what happened was, we said that until you see our problem, now we will get out. And I want to see the problem that you will not get out so that they can see and you know it's our problem. So why there, and I heard that the minister also in there.
Okay, so another fellow is being brought here.
But then what happened was, the other thing was disability, which is the normal school, the issue. So then things are going different.
But the police is alleging that you were throwing stones. You people were throwing stones at them.
I just getting out of more comment.
Okay. Thank you. So you can hear these people are agitating against the police. What happened?
What happened? So then we attended the National Day of Person with Disability Today's Day celebration. RTD Day. We finished with everything. They're supposed to transport and do a Maryland Trustee Fair. Don't know what same thing. We wonder if the mental thing when we use the bathroom. He run away. He not run away. He was staying in the building. We waited for him. Waited for him. Same thing can answer. We plug the gate. They call the officer the key. They start beating us. They try to get out for you or we. Same thing. For NCT, he called the police for PR as we speaking. Our brother Andrew over the investigated men and they beat Andrew. They break a crushing. They break a crushing. They push out for you or we. They break people which are people not out of go to there. Yeah.
Did you also see people throwing stones at the police because the police are alleging that people are throwing stones at them?
No. When the police in the enter, they start pushing the gate. They go out there. They push the gate. All of us start falling down. Who's up there saying they want kids to follow for us? They have nobody going on. They kids start beating all the break people first. When the break people
so you people block the gate and say nobody going outside? They are not.
Councillor is not here. He's in London. Attend a program in London, and he sent the councillor, the Thekool, he had an institution, he got aspect. We're talking about the car. Please.
Knowing that they sent the House original jurisdiction over the budget to pass it first. The processes leading to passing it first is not restricted to the House. They have known this to the 6 years of George Weah. into the near 2 years of Joseph Boakai, the House received the budget to be the for do joint budget hearing from Taylor to Ellie to Weir to now Boakai. If the House was the only institution that should only hear the budget, deliberate on the budget, pass it before it comes to the Senate for concurrent or proposal to expedite the process, so that by the time the joint committees send their reports to the two chambers, we can almost have passed the budget anymore together. Concurrent will not be a difficult or challenging thing. We have decided that we should hold Senate budget hearing while the House is also proceeding. The House commenced its budget hearing. Before we did
Good morning, Ryan. We've been here this morning trying to get you some of the audios, so that we get to know exactly what's training in Liberia. But folks, I'm Wiki Brooks, Ambassador Vice, alongside Sakano here, controls all of the sounds and video. We'd like to welcome all of you to this wonderful, wonderful Thursday morning presentation of the morning ride. And it's always good to be back. Morning, as we gradually approach the weekend. The weekend, as far as approaching, happens to be the 4th day in the 12th month of 2025. That's how the year stands. And promises to be good as usual. Stimulative, thought provocative as we walk the walk and talk the talk. Wherever you are on this wonderful, wonderful of the year. And there are a lot of things